Hey, welcome to day 4 of our challenge. It is a beautiful, wet, rainy day here at the lake. As you can see in the reflection, it's still pretty nice. It's a beautiful view. Hope you've had a happy new year. You've really enjoyed what you've learned in the 3-day challenge. This 30 days is the way I start off every year. And it's the goals that I do, and it's the processes that I go through, and the evaluations that I do. Really glad that you joined me today. We've got a lot going on. Something just popped up. There we go. And so what you want to do is, by now you have done the 3 days. You have looked at your schedule to find time and places. You have looked at your finances to see what kind of projects you can fund. And then you're like, really, where do I want to begin? What is it that I want to accomplish? You have to make time. You have to take the time, find the money, and then decide what you want to do. And so for me, when you go through that long sheet, it's like, where were you, where are you, and where do you want to be? And then you get into the different segments of like, how do I feel about this? Does this describe me? Do I feel okay about it? So today is about what I do with that. So like I said before, what I do with this particular sheet, when I go into a doctor's office, they've got all different kinds of things going on. And when I was coaching upper level executives and entrepreneurs and, like the chiropractors, a lot of times they think that this is where their problem is. But when they do the goal setting and the evaluation, they're like, wow, I didn't even know that this was an issue for me. And so what we ended up doing was, a lot of times you've done evaluations like this describes me, it doesn't, but you'll see a plus and a minus sign over on the side. What I want you to do is to take those negatives. So for instance, and it's not a right or wrong, it's just how do you feel about it. I eat well I eat a very well balanced diet. It could be a 5 and still be negative. Why? Because you're totally obsessed about food. So how are some ways that we can make that negative and turn it into a positive? So what I want you to do is to total up all the negatives that you have and the number of points there are. So if you have like 3 negatives out of the 15 questions, you're at whatever, 20%. And so that will mean that 20% of your issue lies here. Another one might be 5%. Another one might be 45%. And what you want to start looking to do is, what area has the most negativity? And the reason that that's important is you want to do things that make you happy and feel energized. If it makes you feel good, do more of it. Even retail therapy, as we like to shop. But no, you need to balance that out and find out what's sucking the life out of you. It could be the fact that, I'm too obsessed about food right now, or I'm too obsessed about exercise. It could be, I need to clean up my diet and start to exercise. Like I said, it's not a right or wrong, it's where you're at. And then you're going, okay, so if this is an issue, I either need to clean up my diet or I need to start food prepping because I waste too much time and energy thinking about my next meal. And so go through that, look at the positives, look at the negatives, find out what they are, and when you go through the whole set, when you go through that whole set, you'll have a snapshot of what particular area in your life you actually want to focus in on. One of the biggest things that people run into when they're starting a new project is having the energy to do it. A lot of times, I don't want you to go do something new. It's stop doing self-defeating negative issues or things that hold you back. So it's not so much starting something new and adding all these things to the list. It's let's take some things away, reschedule it. A really big negative that we're now finding for a lot of people is in the entertainment. And I'm getting ready to probably do a whole section on that, because while Netflix is a fun little brain release, so many people get stuck in show holes and lose so much time and waste so much time that could be productive. And yet, like for myself, my brain goes nonstop. Netflix actually serves a purpose for me. I do one part programming for my brain, but sometimes I just need to Netflix to turn my brain off because it wants to just keep going all night long and think all night long. I do a lot of goal setting late at night. I'm just going to keep staying up and staying up and staying up. But every once in a while, I need to just turn my brain off and go to sleep. And that's where entertainment comes in. The problem is if you're watching 2, 3, 4 hours of Netflix a day, well, now you've just totally ramped down your energy and you're wondering why you're not getting anything done. Well, no, you're wasting time on TV. There's really good shows you can be watched. There's good podcasts you could be listening to. There's a lot of things that you can do to improve your life and where you're at. You know, doing a 30-day challenge is one of them. So again, go through that, find out your areas of weakness, and then find out where you need to focus. You know, it's January. It's always food and exercise. It's diet and exercise, diet and exercise. The gym will be full for the next 3 weeks, and then it'll be back to normal. But for me, my big goal-setting thing for this year, I'm really happy with my life. I love where I'm at. I want to help more people get to enjoy a life like I do. But my number one goal, other than all about me, and you really should be your number one goal this year. The number one thing that Dr. Michael is going to be working on is his own mental, emotional, and spiritual state. Number 5, my fifth area is going to be my finances. I'm going to be working on me. I want to get into the best physical shape that I can. I turn 50 in 3-4 weeks on the 29th. Feel free to send me presents. But I want to be in the best shape that I've been in the last decade. I also want to have the mental acuity that's going forward, that I'm learning new things and progressing into the online space as an influencer. I want to be reading books that build my brain up. I really want to work on my relationships with Abigail and the kids. I want to really delve into more meditation and yoga and stretching and just that whole Zen state. And then I want to work on finances. So I am my number one goal. Number 2, right here, is Abigail. Just is. I want to improve that relationship. More than I want to make more money this year, I really want my relationship with Abby to just go to a whole new level. And we want to work out together. We want to meditate together. She's got her things. We got off a coaching call yesterday, and it's like she's got her business stuff that she does, and she's going to stay in her lane, and I'm going to stay in my lane. Really taking the time with my children. That's my third goal. Why? I'm all about family. Our whole business, Make a Life Worth Living, is literally family-focused executive coaching. Because we can work, because that's the rat race. Get yourself off that treadmill, get yourself out of the hamster wheel, figure out what you want. For me, I'm going to take care of me, and these are the areas I want to improve me in my life. How I want to improve my relationship with my wife, with my kids. And then I'm going to delve into my different business ventures and things that I want to do. So yes, I want to improve Dr. Michael Explains, Make a Life Worth Living. We're doing more with our ClickFunnels and our product knowledge and helping more people. So dig into it. Look at that sheet. If you haven't done it yet, go back and do it. Answer those questions. Find out where the negatives are, and you'll see where the positives are. And then you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm doing better than I thought I was. And take a look at that. So there you go. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.